Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Your app is not secure if you don't use CSRF tokens. A deep dive and code examples. Cross-site request forgery, CSRF, is a serious web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to trick a user's browser into executing unwanted actions on a trusted website. This tutorial will explain what CSRF is, why it's a problem, how CSRF tokens work to mitigate it, and provide code examples in various languages to implement CSRF protection. 1. Understanding CSRF, the anatomy of an attack. Imagine a user, Alice, is logged into her bank's website, bank.example.com. She is authenticated, and her browser holds a valid session cookie. Now, unknowingly, she visits a malicious website, evil.com, or clicks on a link in a spam email. Evil.com contains some malicious code that generates a request to bank.example.com to transfer money from Alice's account to the attacker's account. This request could be in the form of an image tag. Or, more subtly, it could be a hidden form automatically submitted via JavaScript. Why does this work? Because Alice is already logged into bank.example.com, her browser will automatically include the session cookie for bank.example.com when making the request, regardless of where the request originates, even from evil.com. The bank server sees a legitimate request with a valid session cookie and processes it, transferring the money. Key ingredients for a CSRF attack *** session cookies ** the victim must be logged into the target website using cookie-based authentication. * automatic cookie sending * browsers automatically send cookies for a domain when making requests to that domain, regardless of the origin of the request. * predictable request * the attacker needs to know, or guess, the format and parameters of the request that triggers the vulnerable action. This is easier for simple GET requests or POST requests with common parameter names. * no extra authorization checks * the target website doesn't require additional authentication factors for sensitive actions, like password confirmation, 2FA, etc. 2. The devastating consequences of CSRF. CSRF attacks can have serious consequences, depending on the nature of the targeted website. * financial loss * transferring money, making purchases without the user's knowledge. * data manipulation * changing account settings, posting unauthorized content, deleting data. * privilege escalation * an attacker could potentially compromise an administrator account, gaining complete control over the website. * reputation damage * a website vulnerable to CSRF can lose the trust of its users. 3. CSRF tokens, the silver bullet, almost. CSRF tokens, also known as synchronizer tokens, are a common and effective defense against CSRF attacks. They work by adding an unpredictable, user-specific, and session-specific token to each form and request. The server verifies that the token in the request matches the token it expects for that user's session. How CSRF tokens work *. 1 token generation * when the user logs in, or starts a new session, the server generates a unique, unpredictable, cryptographically strong CSRF token. This token is typically stored in the user's session on the server side. 2 token embedding * the server includes the CSRF token in any HTML form or AJAX request that requires state changes, example submitting a comment, transferring funds. The token can be embedded in a hidden form field or as a custom HTTP header. 3 token verification * when the user submits the form or makes the AJAX request, the browser sends the CSRF token back to the server. The server retrieves the expected CSRF token from the user's session and compares it to the token received in the request. For action processing *, if the tokens match, the server processes the request. If they don't match, the server rejects the request as potentially fraudulent. Why does this prevent CSRF? The attacker's website, evil.com, cannot access or generate the valid CSRF token for bank.example.com because of the same origin policy. The same origin policy is a security mechanism in browsers that restricts web pages from making requests to a different domain than the one that served the web page. Therefore, the attacker can't include the correct CSRF token in their malicious request. The bank's server will detect the missing or incorrect token and reject the request. 4. Implementation examples: CSRF tokens in different languages/frameworks. Here are code examples demonstrating how to implement CSRF protection in various common languages and frameworks. Remember that the specifics will vary slightly depending on the framework you're using. Python, Flask. Flask WTF is a popular library for handling forms and CSRF protection in Flask applications. *app config secret_key, a crucial setting. This is a secret key used to encrypt the CSRF token. Never hard-code a secret key into production code. Use environment variables or a secure configuration file. *CSRF protect, app, enable CSRF protection for the Flask app. *form.validate_on_submit, this automatically validates the CSRF token included in the form data. *template rendering, index.html Flask WTF automatically includes the CSRF token in the form. *form.csrf_token, this is the key line. It renders a hidden input field containing the CSRF token generated by Flask WTF. This field must be included in all forms that perform state-changing operations. BPHP, with Laravel. Laravel provides built-in CSRF protection that is enabled by default. *middleware Laravel uses middleware to handle CSRF protection. The Verify CSRF token middleware intercepts incoming requests and checks for a valid CSRF token. *at CSRF blade directive * in your blade templates, you use the @CSRF directive inside forms to generate the hidden CSRF token field. *roots ensure your roots are protected. Typically, post, put, patch, and delete roots should be protected by CSRF. Get roots usually don't require CSRF protection because they should not modify data. Laravel automatically handles this with the web middleware group applied by default. See JavaScript, with Ajax. When making Ajax requests, you need to manually include the CSRF token in the request headers. The CSRF token can be retrieved from a meta tag or a cookie. 1. Meta tag approach requires the server to inject the token into the HTML. 2. Cookie approach, if your framework stores the CSRF token in a cookie. *x CSRF token header * the critical part is including the CSRF token in a custom HTTP header, usually x CSRF token. The server needs to be configured to look for the token in this header. *content type * make sure you set the content type header appropriately. Example application/JSON for JSON data, application/XWWW former encoded for URL encoded data. D. Node.js, Express. The Xserve middleware is a common choice for CSRF protection in Express applications. *cookie parser * the Xserve middleware relies on cookies to store the CSRF token, by default, so you need to install and use the cookie parser middleware. *xrf, cookie, true, initializes the CSRF protection. The cookie, true option tells XRF to store the token in a cookie. You can also configure XRF to use sessions instead of cookies. *REQ CSRF token, * generates the CSRF token for the current request. This token must be included in the form. *hidden input field * the generated CSRF token is passed in the hidden field _CSRF. The middleware automatically validates this token on post requests to /submit. 5. Important considerations and best practices. *secure random token generation * use cryptographically secure random number generators to create CSRF tokens. Avoid predictable or weak methods. The libraries and frameworks mentioned above usually provide this for you. *session binding * associate the CSRF token with the user's session. Each session should have its own unique CSRF token. Don't share the same token across multiple users. *token rotation * consider rotating CSRF tokens periodically, especially after sensitive actions like password changes. This reduces the window of opportunity for an attacker if a token is compromised. *double submit cookies, a less secure alternative. While CSRF tokens are the preferred method, the double submit cookie pattern is a simpler alternative. The server sets a random cookie, and the client copies the cookie's value into a hidden form field or header. The server validates that the cookie and the form field / header have the same value. This approach is less secure than using a server-side session to store the token, as it relies solely on the same origin policy. *defense in depth * don't rely solely on CSRF tokens. Implement other security measures like input validation * validate all user input to prevent other vulnerabilities like XSS. *HTTPS * use HTTPS to encrypt all communication between the client and the server. Same site cookies * set the same site attribute on session cookies to strict or lax. This helps prevent browsers from sending session cookies when the request originates from a different site. However, same-site cookies are not a complete defense against CSRF, especially with older browsers. CSRF tokens are still necessary. *get requests for non-mutating operations * always ensure that get requests do not perform any actions that change the application state. Get requests should only retrieve data. If you need to perform state-changing operations, use post, put, patch, or delete requests and protect them with CSRF tokens. 6. Common mistakes to avoid. Using the same CSRF token for all users * this makes the token guessable. Not validating the CSRF token on the server * this defeats the purpose of using a CSRF token. Exposing the CSRF token in the URL * this makes the token vulnerable to interception. Always include the token in a hidden form field or request header. Using a weak or predictable method for generating CSRF tokens * this makes the token guessable. Not protecting AJAX requests with CSRF tokens * AJAX requests are just as vulnerable to CSRF attacks as traditional form submissions. Assuming same-site cookies are a complete defense * while same-site cookies help, they are not a substitute for CSRF tokens. Older browsers may not support same-site cookies, and there are some edge cases where they can be bypassed. Hard-coding the CSRF token within the code * similar to hard-coding the secret key, this is a security vulnerability. Always dynamically render the token from the server-side session. 7. Testing for CSRF vulnerabilities. Manual testing. Try to replicate a CSRF attack by creating a simple HTML page on a different domain that sends a request to your website. If the request is successful without a valid CSRF token, your website is vulnerable. Penetration testing. Hire a professional penetration tester to assess your website's security. Automated security scanners. Use security scanners like OWASP, ZAP or Burp Suite to automatically scan your website for CSRF vulnerabilities. Browser extensions. Install browser extensions specifically designed for CSRF testing. These extensions can help you generate malicious requests and identify vulnerabilities. In conclusion, CSRF is a serious security threat that can have devastating consequences. Implementing CSRF tokens is a crucial step in protecting your web applications. By following the guidelines and code examples in this tutorial, you can significantly reduce your risk of CSRF attacks. Remember to use secure random token generation, bind tokens to user sessions, and always validate tokens on the server side. Never rely solely on one security measure. Use a defense in-depth approach to protect your website from various attacks.